Bag plays games, aka Bag.
What is up, baggers? Welcome back to the midweek market watch. We are a little late this week, unfortunately, because I did post the newest vendor POV yesterday. Go ahead and watch the new vendor POV out now. Shorts will be coming soon, but I did have to push back the market watch next week on Wednesday, just like normal. But let's get into it today. So, a lot of you may know already, the Journey Together was in stock at the Pokemon Center, but of course, what happened the first time is sold out. So I was not able to get it. I'm assuming a lot of other people weren't able to get it, but that's how it's been going lately with this Pokemon product, right? If we go ahead and take a look at the rest of the Pokemon Center, we can see the same thing, sold out. Astral Radiance sold out, Fusion Strike sold out, even the 3-pack blisters for Temporal Forces is sold out, so product is getting very scarce, even on the Pokemon Center website, so it's not looking good. It's not looking like these prices are going to go down any lower. It may, if anything, they're going to keep going up just because of the scarcity of the product. Hopefully, Pokemon can resolve this by printing more product, especially since they talked about reprinting Prismatic. Hopefully, we can get other reprints of other stuff. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at Journey Together on tcgplayer.com, we can already see some of the products available on here, and we can already see a price increase for the booster box. 193.75 right now. Of course, this is the one that comes with the promo, so the booster box is definitely hyped for this time around because you do get that promo card. 193.74 is the lowest listed verified, but I don't think it's gonna stay that low for very long, especially with all the other creators that have been mentioning the rise in prices from distro. If you guys haven't seen Pokeannie's video, he just recently talked about how he got Prismatic from distro at like $85, $95, something like that. I don't remember the exact number. But yeah, even distros are raising their prices, so I can imagine this set going up higher than what it already is. Based on that, I can also see a lot of pre-orders being canceled because they're going to want to charge that market price when on release. But if we take a look at the Journey Together ETB, look at this chart, $90.44 is the lowest listed verified. It looks familiar to me. If you remember Prismatic, if we take a look at Prismatic, we can see similar things. It dipped down a little bit, rode back up, and then kind of stabilized in this range for a bit, and then jumped up to that 140, 150 mark. And now we're seeing it back to stabilize at a 115, 110 mark. Could this happen with Journey Together's ETB price? I think so. Again, remember, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. Speaking of Prismatic, along with what the reprints were promised to us from the Pokemon company, we also have a few more products that have not released yet that are still on pre-sale, such as the booster bundle, a 2-pack blister with the Eevee, and the accessory pouch. So we're still waiting for those to hit the market. Of course, it's going to be crazy at the Targets, at the retailers, just like that. People are going to be fighting over it, just like they did with Blooming Waters. Now, I just want to go over a couple of the singles in Prismatic Evolutions. If we go over all the SIRs, that could be the whole market watch in itself. But I just want to talk about the main hitters, the Umbreon. So Umbreon Master Ball on release looking like $500 near mint, and it's just been tanking since then. We're at $303.70 market price, with the lowest listed verified being 240, 250. So this card is just tanking. Similar to what we saw with the Japanese version, right? The Master Ball kind of tanked a little bit, and then the SIR stayed consistently priced for the most part. And let's take a look at the SIR Umbreon. Umbreon, this one, again, was started off strong, super hyped, very hard to get product. Of course, this card's going to be super expensive on release. Took a little dip to 1539, stabilizing around 1570. Lowest listed verified is 1650 though, so we do see this card going up actually. So in this instance, we're actually about to reach past 1633 with the lowest listed verified already being 1650. So this card's already surpassing price on release. That's crazy in my opinion. Super high price for a card that just came out. We didn't see this with the Pikachu. The Pikachu EX wasn't at this level. Like, the Pokemon market is insane. What was the Pikachu max? Like $500? Like, this thing is $1,700. After this one sold, the lowest listed verified 1775. Then we're just gonna be 1800. How long until this card's 2000? You guys let me know. Now the Moonbreon from Evolving Skies alternate art, market price 729.45 with the lowest listed verified being 1850 and then 1899, so $1,900. So there's about $100, $200 difference between this card and the most recently released Umbreon EX, which to me doesn't make sense. We're coming back from this manipulation of price when there was a sale of $4.99, bringing the market price down. but we do see the recovery, the instant recovery, because everyone knows that was a false sale. No one was gonna sell a Moonbreon for $4.99, and it's just manipulation of the market. Bottom line, but we did see a recover, and this is already essentially $2,000. Now, for those of you that haven't been following the market watches, go ahead and click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave a comment down below, click the notification bell, and stay up to date with all the new market watches. So if you've seen the previous market watches, you know for a fact, I think Crown Zenith is a great set. Crown Zenith has the best pull rate, the best hit rate, and for comparing it to something like Prismatic, I would rather open a Sea and Skybox than a Prismatic ETB. That's just my opinion. Of course, not every card that you can pull from Crown Zenith is going to be expensive, and the product has been rising in price recently, as we could see right here. You remember when I was following the Sea and Skybox for a while now. I think retail's around 40 to 60 bucks, somewhere in that range. But we saw it go up to $98.91. Did a little dip correction to 85, but now we're seeing it back to $92. Lowest listed verified 95, so this is $100. And it comes with 14 packs, and then you get the promo cards, of course, but we're really here for the packs. So 14 packs at $100 is still pretty good, seeing as Crown Zenith packs I saw were probably like $10 each. So you're technically saving by buying one of these if you're not, instead of buying single packs. But again, these retail, this is double retail already at this point. Now, if we take a look at the Crown Zenith ETB, it's $110 market price. Lowest listed verified is $115. Like I said, I would rather crack open Crown Zenith all day than Prismatic. Similar price to Prismatic Evolution, but the hits you'll get here, the hit rates, just infinitely better than Prismatic. Now, Crown Zenith has a lot of hits, and there's a lot of them increasing in price. Now, I want to talk about a few of them. A few of them you already know are coming up because I've been talking about them for a while. But let's start off with this. The Lucario V-Star promo. Yes, the one from the ETB that we saw going for $115. If we take a look at the price, it was less than $1 for the longest amount of time. Look at this. It is now $6.98 market price, but if we take a look at the lowest listed verified, we can see it go for $7.69, $6.70. You can see I even put a couple in my cart right now because this is a $10 card all day. Lucario's a fan favorite. This Lucario V-Star art is pretty good in my opinion, and the only way to get this is from that ETB, which you are seeing as $115. Kind of reminded me about the Obsidian Flames ETB. I know it's different because it's Charmander, but that promo's the promo. You can't get it anymore. That's the only way to get it. So as I mentioned, the hit rates being so high here, let's go ahead and talk about a few of the hits, because if we talked about all of them, again, we'd be here all day as well. The Deoxys VMAX, love this art. Look at the Orbeetle up there, just in the background, just a very, very cool art. One of those cards that was going for $10, $15 for the longest amount of time, jumping to $45 market price, lowest listed verified 45. So 5-time increase essentially if you got it in the beginning of 2024. It's crazy. A lot of these cards are still slept on to this day. If you're in the Discord, there's a lot of cards I talk about that I'm watching personally. Not financial advice, just stuff that I'm taking a look at and I'm watching as it goes up or down, seeing how the market reacts. And I'll talk a little bit about those cards at the end. But if you're in the Discord, you already know about a few of them. So the main cards that I like in this set that I still think super undervalued, maybe that's just me, maybe that's a bias. I'm a Johto lover, so that could also be a factor in this. But the dog trio, great art. Look at this Raikou V. The colors, the speed at which he's going, that's why the background's all disordered like that. The lightning coming down. Beautiful art. Market price is $30. If we take a look, it's $20, so it's had value. $30, I still think this is too low for a card like this. And this is the lowest priced one, I believe. Oh no, this would be the Entei, which for some, I don't know why, this art is really good as well. The volcano erupting in the background, him howling at the top right there at the edge, like great art, great art. Card going for about $15 to $20, and I don't know what this is about right here. Looks like there was some glitch right there. There's no way it's $0. Sign me up, I'll buy them all, right? About $20, $27.73. Gonna be a $30 card. Most recent sale was $32. And then Suicune, the Suicune V. Look at this card. The background is more detailed as he's not running like the Raikou V. You can see the shooting stars right there, the glaciers behind him with the, oh my gosh, like just analyzing the card just is crazy. What a beautiful card. I can see why this is the most expensive one right now. The price, $15, $16 for the longest time, jumping up to $38.30 market price. $40 essentially for this card. If you guys saw my PSA submission, my very first PSA submission, which I have not gotten back yet, I sent one of the dogs in and I'm hoping for a special grade. Not a 10, but I'm hoping for a special grade and I'm excited for it to come back and I'm excited to have the video released so you guys can experience it with me. Another Galarian Gallery from Crown Zenith, the Mew. Again, this Mew has underrated for the longest. $5 to $6. Market price now $20.31. So when it peaked up right here, then it kind of corrected. I still think a card like this is underrated. You could tell by looking at the sales. Look at the amount of sales that have been sold up until this point. 257 sold at this in a week period. Now another one of those cards. I know the chart looks intimidating because it's a what is that, 200% increase. It's a Pikachu fan favorite card. $3 for the longest. It's now 10. I can see this card continue to climb along with all the other Crown Zenith cards. Now reprint would suck, but I don't know how often Pokemon does reprints like that, especially for older sets, especially special sets like this. Another one that's people are definitely sleeping on is the secret rare from Crown Zenith. This Pikachu is $15. This is a secret rare from Crown Zenith. I think this is just getting slept on. It was like $11, $8, back up to 20. Now it's actually dropping down a little bit. So this is gonna be the one that's on my mind right now. The main one. Look at the background of this. All the Pokemon on it. Pokemon in the background. Look at the amount. We got the Shadow. I'm assuming Shadow Rider. I'm not too familiar with all of them. We got Crobat. We got the Urshifu over there. Then Teleon. The Zacian. If this card isn't $30 in the very near future, I'd be very surprised. I think this is a super underrated card, especially for the price, especially for it being a secret rare, especially for it being a Pikachu, and for all the Pokemon included in this art. I think this is a no-brainer. But you guys let me know in the comments below. What do you think? If there's something I'm missing, feel free to let me know. Now, as I was looking for what to talk about in this market watch, I came across this in the Lost Origin booster box chart. It was going for about $240 for the longest time. At the beginning of last year, it was at $150, so about retail. It's now $342 market price. But if we take a look, the lowest listed verified is $376.98. November 25th to December 1st, 115 sold, and now we're seeing consistent sales at $342, but now there's none listed for that price, effectively driving the price up to $380 for now. But we'll have to see if this stabilizes more or if it just keeps climbing. Now what surprises me about the increase of this set is that the Giratina V alternate art is the most expensive card in this set, going for around $675 market price. But then after that, it goes to the Aerodactyl V only for about $130. But once you add in the trainer galleries, which you are able to get in addition to a normal hit, I believe, there's a few hitters in here. If you guys seen the market watch, you already know I've been talking about the Pikachu sleeping. I remember it was about $8 when I initially thought about it, and then when I actually mentioned it in the Discord, it was about $11. It's already looking like it's going to $15. So I forgot to pick one up yesterday. Then we have this Charizard right here. Really cool Charizard. Love the art. Again, underrated for $13. Pikachu V Max, really good. The Pikachu V, this is my favorite one actually, as from the two. This one I need to pick up 100%. I love the trainer gallery. I love the trainer edition right here, the Pikachu. Now, believe it or not, Shrouded Fable has been pumped up to the max. I remember people were selling these for like $35, the lowest I've probably seen it. Now we're seeing a market price of $46.95, but if we take a look at the lowest listed verified, we're going to notice that it's $50 lowest listed verified. $55, if anything, would be the highest. I don't see it surpassing that anytime soon, but people were sleeping on Shrouded Fable. A lot of people were coming into the booth early December, November type time frame, master setting Shrouded Fable, and I was like, hey, you guys are doing a good job because Shrouded Fable slept on at the time. People weren't really looking for the cards. A lot of the chases were low cost compared to what they are now. So those of you who like Shrouded Fable from the start, you guys, it paid off for you. The Persian was going for $20, around $20 since release. Now it's a $61.28 market price. If we take a look at the lowest listed verified, $62. 65. So yeah, this is gonna be the top chase of Shrouded Fable. And then we have the Duskull. This art is crazy. I had this card a few times. Sells out whenever I put it in the case, so you know this is a big hitter. This is the most expensive of the three, going for $20, $25. Everything was essentially a $20 card. Everything is essentially double or triple price now, though. It's changed dramatically. So $46.99, lowest listed verified, but $50 for this. And then we go ahead and go down the evolution line. We have the Dusclops. Looks like market is 23.29, but if we look at the lowest listed verified, 25, so this could go up there to that 30 mark as well. Now we have the final stage, the Dusknoir. The Dusknoir illustration rare, $30.91, lowest listed verified, $31.99. So $32, again, probably going to that $35 mark, maybe even the 40 mark soon. The Houndoom illustration rare, crazy art, very like dark, and I like the background where you could see a bunch of other Houndoom like they're in a pack. Again, $25 mark, now going for the lowest listed verified, $46.71. 46.11 market price, so like around $50 for this. And now I know a lot of people were thrown off by Shrouded Fable, me included. I opened up a lot of product. Hit rates weren't the best. It's a smaller set, so that comes with the territory of a smaller set. But what this set did introduce was a lot of playable cards, believe it or not. Yes, playable cards when playing the game. And that's where the value was. So this set introduced Pheasantipity EX, which is a super strong card in the meta at this time. It's a staple at least a one of, I believe. And it has 3 printings. It has the EX double rare, the ultra rare, and then the SIR. The SIR being the most expensive one at 50, and then the ultra rare being $20, and the regular EX. I know a lot of people dismiss the EXs because they're usually like 50 cents, but this EX is $10.27. So if you have opened a lot of Shrouded Fable and you were just looking for the IRs or SIRs, and you threw away to the side these Pheasantipity EXs, be sure to put those in your binder because they are very playable. Same with these Night Stretchers. This is an uncommon from Shrouded Fable, a very playable card going for $2. Same with the Duskull and its evolution line. This is used in a lot of the CCG decks right now, so that is also playing a factor in this price. And I just want to quickly mention the Bubble Mew because we were monitoring it at this range right here where it was staying stagnant, and we finally saw the results of that. It was staying in that 300 range. Now we're seeing at 400 market price with the lowest listed verified being 395. Then it goes up to 410, 415. So this Bubble Mew is just, it's not stopping. Remember, this used to be an $86 card. Now it's $400. Insane. It's crazy that it was even that low. It's a SIR. Now the fights everyone's seen many times. It never ends. The Blooming Waters. So Blooming Waters comes with a good amount of packs. 12 151 packs, and you know how crazy 151 is right now. 133 market price, lowest listed verified 135. I tried getting them at GameStop, the line was too long. I know a lot of other people were successful, and a lot of those people that told me they were successful did end up ripping them, so shout out to them for pulling the Charizard EX out of 2 Blooming Waters that they got at GameStop. So you see, sometimes it pays to rip the product and not just keep it sealed, right? But I'll leave that up to you. Yeah, going crazy. $135 if you want one of these. I decided to skip on it. I know a lot of people want to rip 151 though, so by all means. With the hype of Blooming Waters, I'm assuming it's just hyped up 151 again as a whole because the booster bundles, $63.92 is the market price, but if we look at the lowest listed verified, it is $68. The most recent sale was $65.95, but I don't know. This is crazy. This is supposed to be the best value in terms of the packs you get at retail, but now that it's beyond MSRP, it's debatable, right? As for the top chase in the set, Charizard EX now going 255 market price, lowest listed verified 249, so about 250, then it going to 300. So this card is just continuing to climb. If you have some, I would wait a little bit. This could probably hit 300. And in my personal opinion, it's not even the best SIR. It's either the tie between Blastoise and Venusaur, just because of how far Charizard is in the back. Might be a hot take. Don't roast me too bad in the comments. Now, like I mentioned previously about the Shrouded Fable, again, was going for $30 for an ETB November. Now, $47.95 for market price, but if we look at the lowest listed verified, $49.75. So this is a $50 ETB now. $49.95, $49.72 are the most recent sales. So $50 for Shrouded Fable, and I'm going to assume pretty soon it's going to be $55. Now, of course, Shrouded Fable went up, and so did another set that a lot of people were neglecting for the most part. Like I mentioned many times, I was able to get a booster box of this set for $105 not too long ago, and that's Stellar Crown. Stellar Crown is also seeing an increase in price. was going for the lowest like $35. Now it's back up to the 55 mark. Lowest listed verified 54.43. We got a couple of those listed, and then we have a big wall of 64 ETBs at around 55. But after that, it's 60, looking like $60. So now, based on the activity that I see here on TCG Player, it's not being sold at a higher rate than normal. There was just this weird activity when it initially came out. So it looks like almost 600 items were bought that day at $37.92. So someone over here on this day has a lot at a pretty decent price, way below retail at the very least. But now we're seeing that climb back up. Now the SIR of the set isn't the greatest. It took a big dip a little while ago, and it is correcting very, very slightly. But it did release, and it was about a $150 card, and it's just been falling ever since. And right now, market is $83.91. Lowest is verified 80, so probably gonna stay at like $80 for the most part. But that's not what we're really chasing in here. Surprisingly, we're chasing an IR, which is the Bulbasaur IR. It did hit a high price not too long ago. Now it's seeing a little bit of a dip. $59.25 for the raw, $59.29, $60. So about a $65 card at the max. It was, I believe it was almost like $80 at one point. And then to finish off the Stellar Crown cards, we have the Squirtle IR. And it was doing the same thing, about $80 to $90 card. It looks like it took a big dip recently, going for $68.60 lowest verified, and then $70. So unfortunately, there were some people that bought right here at the $80 point, and it has dropped almost $20 now, or almost $10 now. So we'll have to see what's going on with this set. So if you guys remember, I believe it was last week's Market Watch, I mentioned the Lapras increasing in price and more than likely gonna shoot up. It did already shoot up from the $2 card to, I believe at the time was $5.56. And my speculation was that it's going to keep climbing, just mainly because of the way the card looks. And it's a beautiful card. Lapras is, I think, a very relatively popular Pokemon. If we take a look at the graph, we can see so many of these being sold recently. And around that time where after I released the video, you can see there were 95 sold immediately. Like, you can see there was a lot sold the following week. So this card is going to continue to climb. It feels like, in my opinion, this is not financial advice. I did pick up one of these yesterday. So this is one I've been watching just for a week or two now. As soon as I saw this card in person, I knew I had to get a couple of them. So I'm still on the search for them, but I am watching this card closely. This is one of those that I think could also go up similarly to that Pikachu. Now, another card that's recently climbing up in price that I'm going to keep watching as well, it's going to be another one of these gallery cards. These gallery cards, there's so many of them. A lot of them are going for $2, just like this one was for the longest time. Whoever was the one buying 163 at $2.99, it's up to $9.32. So the increase on that is crazy. It's 283% on the year. Lowest listed verified $9.39. I picked up a couple of these yesterday as well. Definitely potential in this one. This is great art. So I was looking on price charting to see what slabs I want to talk about in today's video, and I noticed the most popular Pokemon card set section above my head here, and I went through a couple of them and chose out just some of the graded cards are related to what we talked about in the Market Watch in terms of raw cards, and we're going to see their counterparts in PSA 10 or higher, BGS 10 for example, Black Label. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the first set I was talking about. First, let's talk about Shrouded Fable. So the numbers aren't going to be completely accurate, but we can get like an idea for the most part, right? Because we did see a different price for ungraded and TCG Player, but we're seeing ungraded $67.72, 2 sales per day. And then PSA 10 is $360 with 1 sale per day. If we look at the chart right here, this is all on pricecharting.com, by the way. You can see it increase right here. It's steadily climbing up, just like we saw with the product. So of course, if the product's increasing, that's probably because the cards in the set are increasing. But look at the increase in price from the PSA 10. 180 to 360 is crazy. That's a crazy increase. And from Shrouded Fable, again, we have the Houndoom SIR, I believe, $46, 2 sales per day. The PSA 10, however, is $228, and it's 1 sale per day. Again, with this one, the increase on this one is substantial, going from $100 in December, now $228. That's a crazy price increase. So Shrouded Fable, again, we have the Dust Skull, which $43.54. I think it was like 45 to 50 range, if I'm not mistaken. but 2 sales per day on this one for ungraded. PSA 10 is $110, 1 sale per day. So not too much of an increase on this one for the graded version. It looks like the chart is steadily across the board. It's not a big increase. Maybe this is possibly going to increase again soon. If you can get one for this price, I think it's a good price. It's a good pickup. Very nice card. Meta relevant 100 for this one. I can see the price. I can see it justified. Now let's get into a little of the Lost Origin trainer galleries, the ones that are personally my favorite. Ungraded for the VMAX Pikachu is $50, 1 sale per day, but the PSA 10 is only $176.50. Similar thing, a little bit of an increase right here on the chart, but nothing too crazy. Again, this is a great card. I love the trainers inside the art. And then we can't talk about that one without talking about the Pikachu V. This one is great. I love the Pikachu normal right here, and then the trainer in the background is just like peaceful looking, and it looks awesome. $44.99, 2 sales per day. PSA 10, 173, similar pricing to the VMAX. Again, a little bit of an increase here, but nothing too crazy. I think this is, and it looks like it's returning to that original price back in since 2022. So another card I like. And the final card I want to talk about was the Team Rocket, because the Team Rocket set is coming soon, as many of you may know. And like I said, I don't know if I've mentioned it in my previous videos, but every time the new sets come out that are like showing homage, paying homage to their older counterparts, they tend to go up, I think. I think it gets people like hyped, and they're trying to just get started on the set when they can't, so they go to the older sets that they're based on of. And I saw this was becoming more popular based on the price charting, and $449.94, 1 sale per day. PSA 10 though is $3,401.90. That is crazy. Of course, vintage is vintage, vintage is its own beast in terms of pricing. However, I do think vintage is underrated at the moment. I think this being steady shows a lot of interest into the modern cards, when a lot of these cards are not as available as modern cards, right? Especially not in a PSA 10. And one's selling per week, so I'm actually doing a Team Rocket Master Set now, so we'll see how hard it is for me to complete this. This is going to be one of the last cards I get, I'm assuming, but it's cool. Look at that Dark Charizard, it's nice. Now I want to thank you guys for watching the Market Watch. Sorry I was a little later than usual. It won't happen next week. It'll for sure get it out on Wednesday. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Nexus, modding out the Discord, making some upgrades. Shout out to him. We got this supporter page. This is where I will be posting the cards that I'm monitoring. Not that there's going to be a guarantee of them going up, not financial advice, just my personal cards that I'm looking at that I share with Nexus, because he is a supporter of the channel. He did join the community there. So yeah, I wanted to just point that out. Go ahead and join the Discord. We have a bunch of channels. We are trying to grow Bag Nation in the Discord. We have a few people already in here. We just have everyone sharing their pools, what they're excited about, what they got going on. So feel free to join it, and go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to get notified when the next Market Watch or Vendor POV comes out. I appreciate all you baggers. Please hit the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. See you on the next one.
Bag plays games, aka Bag.